AFTV DT, well, was you expecting that? I mean, 2-1 victory for the Arsenal. And actually, in that second half, even though we were up against it, but they defended well, didn't they?
This is the story of Arsenal. We can defend like that, or we can defend like we did against Tottenham. I just don't get them. This is why we do need to strengthen, because of the inconsistency. You know, they've got moments in them where, you know, they can perform heroics like they did today, or moments in them where they can throw it all away like they did against Spurs. But today it was backs against the wall. Liverpool completely and utterly dominated that game. Let's be real about it. We had a 20-minute spell towards the end of the first half where I thought our pressing was really good. People will say about the mistakes from Alisson and Van Dijk. I would say let's talk about the pressing. Let's talk about the shutting down. Let's give the attackers.
We did what they do, what they normally do.
And it's no coincidence because, you know, Oba scored a few weeks ago by shutting down the keeper. Eddie Nketiah scored a goal by shutting down the keeper. It's something that Mikel Arteta is clearly working on with the players. And I like that. But it was one of those where it was backs against the wall. It was. You can tell why Liverpool are the champions and, you know, they're where everyone wants to be. But at the end of the day, we got the victory. And it doesn't matter how you play. We could have played brilliantly today and lost.
You played better the other day for a lot of the game against Tottenham.
Yeah.
We were the team on the front foot, but you know, but it's all about defending. And today there were some good performances. Rob Holding, I thought, who came in, you know, he's got to be in for a shout to play in that semi-final.
He has. He's played his way into contention for me for the semi-final on Saturday. You know,
Louise was solid.
Well, this is the thing. You ask players to come in to play, and the only way that they can prove themselves to the manager and, you know, put themselves in the plans for the next game is by performing. And at the end of the day, he deserved an opportunity given what the defender's done against Tottenham. And he's now done enough to say, yeah, you know what? I deserve that starting place now. Not you or you. You know, we're just beating the champions.
And, you know, obviously a lot of people are going to say, well, Liverpool, they've won the league already, blah, blah. But you could see they were going for it today. They started a very, very strong team. The strongest team.
Apart from Jordan Henderson.
Yeah, their strongest team because they're going for them. You know, if they're trying to get over 100 points to beat what Manchester City done. And we stopped that.
Yeah, we stopped it. And, you know, people still want to disrespect the Invincibles. That it's such an easy achievement. Well, why has your team done it? It's so easy. Go and do it. You know, Liverpool lost 3 games this season now.
Yeah.
So in terms of Premier League, don't put them in the same breath as the Invincibles.
Oh, you completely remove them from that.
Right? Why would you? Man City's team last season were better. Sorry.
You could argue that they've had it done and dusted for a long time, though, isn't it?
What? We won the league when we with the Invincibles with 4 games to spare. We still didn't lose our last 4. We still dug in. We still got results when we needed to. Oh, but you got draws. Yeah, but we didn't get an L.
Yeah.
So maybe it's about time people just put some respect on the Invincibles. Because it winds me up. If it's so easy, go and do it.
It's true.
Go and do it.
It's not easy to do, as every team finds out every year.
It's not easy to do. At the end of the day, you have one off day in the Premier League. You lose. We constantly ground out something when we was having an off day. Liverpool have had an off day 3 times, and they picked up 3 L's. End of discussion. Nowhere near as good as the
Lacazette as well, right? It's you know, I mean, a lot of people were saying, sell Lacazette, blah blah. He's the in-form player at the moment. You know, striker-wise, not only scoring goals, but also his hold-up play's been excellent. His closing down's been brilliant. You know, I think he had an assist today as well, didn't he? Or did he get an assist?
Yeah, that was shutting down Alisson. And then I mean, he laid it over to Reece, didn't he?
Yeah.
And look, at the end of the day, he's, you know, you look at things like what he did against Leicester when he missed the header and stuff like that, but he's not let it affect him, and he's been doing really well. And like you said, he's the informed striker. Mikel is clearly, you know, using him for a certain way that we're having to play with a hold up through the middle. And he justifies his place. And I think you can see how important he is to what we're doing and what Mikel wants to do by the fact he took him off with 25, 30 minutes to go to say, right, job done. Come off. We need you Saturday. Don't burn yourself out.
Right, now we get to Saturday.
Yeah.
Manchester City. But that gives, after today, does that not give a lot of confidence to the team to say that, you know what? If we can beat Liverpool, the champions, why can't we go and get we know that Manchester City are a brilliant team, but that's going to give them confidence going into that game. If they can defend in the similar way, it's going to be a similar type of game, isn't it? Probably.
If we can defend like that.
We saw the Bournemouth game. We was watching some of that earlier. Before, I know they had a bit of a changed team, but you saw again when pressed, lots of mistakes from City's defence.
Look, I want to see what Mikel Arteta's got up his sleeve for this game, because I think that his plans were completely thrown out of the window when we last played Manchester City. You know, 2 key injuries in the opening 15 minutes, a mistake by David Luiz, and then he got sent off. So every, idea that Mikel Arteta had to play against Manchester City went out of the window. Xhaka went off, Mari went off, mistakes, sending off, everything that could have went wrong. So I really would like to see what Mikel does, because, even when we had the players taken off in that opening 15, 20 minutes, I would say, against Manchester City, we looked really bright and we looked like we were pressing, and we was a couple of opportunities where Eddie got put through. And it's going to be fascinating, because again, it is the master against the pupil, shall we say, because Mikel's got so much to do before he gets to the levels of what Pep's achieved. But no one will know Manchester City better than Arteta.
Imagine if we could get into a final after the season we've had.
It would just be Arsenal-like.
We could still get into Europa League as well.
We can do, and
even through our play, that win today still keeps us in contention.
The thing is, right, is that I'm still on the mindset that I feel that we would be beneficial being out of Europe for a year, because it's like one, take a step back to try and take 2 forward. But if I had to make the choice of winning a trophy, I will still take the trophy, which ultimately does mean we go into the Europa League, but it's a trophy. As a fan, you have to want your team to win trophies. Go and ask Tottenham fans, how it feels to never win anything. All right?
You had to get that in, didn't you?
We still get that one in, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. But that's what it's all about, Robbie.
Can we get a victory against City on Saturday?
Listen,
nobody expected this, can we?
Look, at the end of the day, football's a funny old game. And, the pathway that we got to when we won the last final was Manchester City in the semi,
Chelsea in the
final. And when we played Chelsea were the champions. They'd just won the league. We'd lost Koscielny the week before for a red card. Everyone was like, why are you even bother turning up? Do you remember going to Wembley and we was doing all the interviews pre-match outside Wembley and
City
everything?
fans saying,
Chelsea fans, they were like, why are you not even here? Why'd you bother turning up? Listen, you see what happens. You never, ever, ever know. If we do get to the final, it will be our 3rd final in 3 seasons. And what I will look at on the bigger picture is that it could be something huge in the future of Mikel Arteta. It could be the first stepping stone. Even if we do lose on Sunday, I still feel that I've seen enough over recent weeks and even before lockdown that Mikel's starting to implement what he wants to do. Give him a transfer window, and then I really want to see what he's doing. And it's a progress. It's going to take time. There's going to be bumps in the road. We've said this so many times. And as long as we see progress, and I do see progress, I do see it. I still see the same mistakes at times, don't get me wrong, and they wind me up. But I can still see where we're trying to go and what Mikel wants to try and do. So it's promising for the future. So Saturday's game, man, it's huge. We just got to go all out. All out, man.
Robbie here from AFTV. We just got to say a big thank you to everybody who follows us across our various channels. Over 1 million followers on YouTube. Don't forget, you can now also catch us on Reddit. We're on Reddit, so get involved with us on Reddit and also on TikTok. Keep it AFTV, baby, right here.